Welcome back, everyone, to another Wednesday night here.
How's it going?
We're glad to see you guys all through the beautiful camera right in front of us.
Beautiful faces through that.
Another week went by, but we're still here, camping out.
Yeah, we've been here this whole time.
We literally don't leave. This is actually our home now. I set up a camp back in the old weights room, sleeping there. Got a cot.
I use Andrew's hammock for refuel.
You know, it's hard. It's hard. You know, when you're stuck in quarantine, you can't go anywhere. You gotta stay here for 2 weeks.
Yup. It's only been a week, so we still got another one.
Another week.
So,
Next week
yeah.
we'll be back.
We'll see.
Maybe not. We're gonna go to a quick video real quick.
Enjoy.
How this TikTok only get 30 views? I thought it was a banger. Yeah, who stole my charging cable? Dang, dude! So I guess my girlfriend can't text me back because her Face ID doesn't work with a mask on. What? Just take it down, dude. Of course I want pizza. Yeah, but if it's Domino's, I don't want any part of it. Domino's is trash. If it's Domino's, I send it back. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do online classes today. My hand gets too tired holding up the phone. Did Kyle just say he didn't bring the Takis? Yeah, dude, I'm freaking exhausted. I only got to sleep until noon today. Dude, honestly, I didn't even sleep that good last night. My neck is messed up, dude. 1 pillow is too low and 2 pillows is too high. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, it hurts. Dude, why does Warzone take 3 hours to download? Yeah, I don't get why I can't have hot water in the shower for over an hour. Dude, if we have pizza at youth group again, I ain't coming. Yeah, I bet you would. Yeah, forget you. All right, I love you, Grandma. Yeah, if my phone battery drops below 20%, I will not apologize for what happens next. Why am I in a bad mood? I don't know, maybe it's the cold butter I spread on my toast this morning made it rip. I can't even go in my own room right now because the maid's cleaning. Gosh! She's a sweetheart, though. You gotta be kidding me. Yo, Mom! The Wi-Fi's down again! No, I'm not raising my voice, you're just far away. No, I'm sorry. Stupid. No, I didn't mean it. No, I thought there was a spider. I promise! Dude, only 300 likes? Dang! Dude, Kyle, what even is COVID and why does it suck so much? Dang, dude. I just got a splinter from an avocado stone. Yo, if the Wi-Fi lags one more time, I'm gonna take a cheese grater to someone's ankle. Yo, this paper cut on my thumb is killing my Fortnite game. What? Yo, Luke called me a simp? Dude, that's not true. I respect women. No, dude, I hate driving with him. He doesn't have Spotify Premium. And if I hear an ad one more time, dude, I'm gonna lose it, dude. Yo, I just peeled a pomegranate. I totally think I just pulled my shoulder. Kyle, shut up, dude. Yes, you can pull a shoulder from peeling a pomegranate. I just did it. Nah, dude. I just lost a 700-day streak with Kyle. So no, I don't want to go to Granny's birthday party.
Oh, you weren't supposed to cut it off yet. There's a little part on there. There's still a part on there, and we cut it off early.
Sorry. My bad.
Dang it, Andrew.
You want me to go back to it?
No, it's all right. There's a little part on there because there was a Spotify commercial popped up. And he goes, Kyle!
Sorry about
I don't know who Kyle is, but man, he was ripping them. Hey, we got our audience of 3 out here, so our student ministry is slowly growing.
Hey, everybody.
It went from no one to 3, so.
We have an extra special guest that refuses to get on camera.
You're not going to come up later? Because we do have a. Can I tell your story? Okay, good. Jay Krim is in the audience, everybody, but he will not come up here. If you're at home and you're like, audience, I didn't know we could be there tonight, you can't be. I asked Quinn and Ethan to come up and help us out, and then we just guilt tripped Jay into coming up here.
Yeah.
Because it's just girls at his house, so he wanted to get away. So Jay is up here. Andrew, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay.
You doing?
I'm a little groggy. This coffee's starting to work though.
Starting now? Starting to wake up now?
Well, this is my first cup.
6:42. He's first cup of coffee out of the day.
Hey, shout out to the sophomore girls, soon to be junior girls. They're meeting together tonight, watching
Socially
us
responsibly.
live.
I'm assuming you're all 6 feet apart, distanced. responsible meeting.
They
I don't want to
better.
break any rules. I don't want to get called out on that. Hey, I know we had a bunch of birthdays this past week. We had, if you had a birthday out there, we just want to say happy birthday to you. What is your favorite? We had a little thing going on in the chat room about pizza because
My
he
favorite
threw out some. He's kind of
All right.
messed with
so
Domino's
it
there.
just depends on what type of crust I'm going for. If I'm going like hand tossed, Papa John's all the way.
That's what everybody's Papa John's out there.
If it's thin crust, I'm going Little Caesars, the $7 thin crust. I get a thin.
Really?
Oh yeah, thin pep, man. $7.
Is
really
that
good.
one back open here in Blue Springs?
Oh yes, it is.
They closed. I went up there, drove
Well, they
through,
closed
and it was
because
shut
the
down.
dude that was owning it was like charging more than what the franchise would let him.
Ooh, stealing's bad, guys.
So-
Don't steal.
But
Gotta check out that thin
yeah.
crust. Jay says DiGiorno.
pan pizza, I'm going Pizza Hut.
All right, no joke. Jay, were you serious about DiGiorno? Because I am not gonna lie. I will be at my house and be like, I'm craving some DiGiornos tonight. If
yeah.
if my wife's gone for the night, or if I'm just needing some food real quick, I'll make it a DiGiorno's
That was Matt
night.
Evans and I's like go-to after-school snack growing
I
up.
love DiGiorno.
We would come over to his house after school, pop in a DiGiorno. That was what we lived off of.
We got some people saying Minsky's.
Ooh, Minsky's
I
is good.
don't-
Minsky's is just like out of my price
Yeah,
range.
like that's fancy pizza.
I'm too
Why don't we just get Funhouse if
I'm
we're just
too
gonna be
bro-
spending
yeah,
$30 for
I'm
a
too
pizza?
broke for Minsky's.
Yeah, Minsky's ain't happening, man. DiGiorno's, you can get that for
I don't get
$4.99.
pizza all that often because my wife can't do dairy. So.
Yeah. Oh well, pizza. If I eat
bread.
pizza, I better have a free schedule the next day.
He's popping his lactose pills.
It's gonna get real. Yeah.
True
so,
story. So did you eat pizza the night before we flew to Nicaragua that one time?
No, that was Culver's.
Oh, okay.
I did have Culver's when Andrew and I went to Nicaragua. They literally had to hold the plane for me.
I was at the,
They're
I
calling.
was at the gate begging
Rob
them
Roush
to not
the
close
gate.
the door.
Rob Roush to the gate, and Andrew's just sitting there shaking his head.
I was begging them to not close the door on the plane
What is,
because he was in the bathroom.
They're all saying emos. What's emos?
Oh, Emos is disgusting because it's provolone on a cracker with ketchup.
There are like
St.
everybody.
Louis pizza is garbage, people.
Don't get them started about St. Louis.
Oh, I love deep dish.
They're all putting emos up there right now.
No, Emos is terrible.
That ain't real. They're all faking. It's Bo Davis. I like saying your name together, Bo Davis. Yeah, no one likes their pizza, and no one likes St. Louis. All right.
No.
They do got that fun sign. What's that place where you can climb all over the place?
I don't know. There's like the whole side of the city that you go there, you get shot.
You know what I'm talking about? The building that you go into. Someone knows where.
No,
I'm talking about.
it's the Magic House.
Magic House.
It's
I
the
think.
Magic
Yeah.
House.
Is it Bodie or Bode? Am I getting it wrong? City Museum. That's what it is, not the Magic House.
You're thinking of the Magic House, but the City Museum is cooler than the Magic House.
No, I don't know. Anyway, we are way off topic here. Hey, we do have a couple of things make sure you guys all know about. We have life groups coming up in July. On July.
Back
Did we set
in person.
Are we setting for Thursday? Is that gonna work? All right, well, whatever the Crams want, the Crams get. Right now, we are looking at Thursday nights coming up in July, guys, for life groups. That'll be our first, in-person meeting up here at the church. Mid-school and high school, we're going to meet at the same times. You're going to come in, grab some food, grab some snacks, and then we're going to kind of break into a couple different smaller groups after that throughout, in the building. But we're going to have same place, same time. That way, easy parent drop off. We're not in homes yet, but life groups are going to be up here throughout just the month of July on Thursday nights. We'll get all that information to you here really, really soon, coming up quickly. We do have church this week.
We do.
You want to speak to that?
Sure.
Why not?
We got church in person. We're not going to have students. We don't have children stuff. We just got worship at 9 o'clock and 10:30. We've got the room set up for proper social distancing. We'll have some hand sanitizer stations. If you want to wear a mask, you can wear a mask. If you don't, you don't. But you got to pre-register. if you're coming with your family, or if you're coming by yourself, you got to pre-register. So your family just needs to say, hey, we're bringing 5 people. We want to come to this service because we have restrictions on how many people we can have at the services. And we also want to leave some room for people that don't go to our church, that are maybe visiting. We need to have some space for them too.
So,
Because nothing would be worse than turning away somebody at the door saying, no, you can't come into this church. So we don't want to do that.
we don't like that typically. No. Hey, it's super easy. Just go to fbcbluesprings.org,
Yep.
and right there, as soon as you go on, I think it's like the opening, it's the first page now. It takes 10 seconds to fill out like your name and what service you want to go to.
You can also just type in fbcbluesprings.org/worship-registration, and that'll take you there too.
Oh, I think it goes straight to just the org. I think it's the homepage.
Well, it's the links on
Don't
the
forget http://www.fbc.
Because you don't have to do that.
You don't need to do that. But hey, go ahead and register, guys. Get on there. We just can't wait to see everybody. We want to see everybody
I know.
here Sunday.
We'll be
there
around.
won't be any youth stuff, but at least you can go to church and we can see you from across the room and say hi to you and wave at you. So
It's been super fun getting to see a bunch of you at Impact to Go every Tuesday morning. A lot of our students have been volunteering there. It's been great.
So come on. Yeah, and if you want to come out on Tuesdays, come out and serve. Come out and be a part.
I'll give a shout out to Viviana. Viviana doesn't even go to our church, but she's going to check us out once we reopen. But she's been helping out on Tuesday mornings, and she watched our stream last week. So
Woo! Is she going to be here Sunday? Viviana, if you are watching right now and you're going to be here Sunday.
they go to the road on Sunday mornings as a family, but
That's all right.
they want to come.
Hey, if you're joining us from First Baptist Oak Grove,
leave a comment in the chat.
leave a comment in the chat room. I don't know if you're there or not, but that one's for Joel. They didn't meet tonight, and they tried to steal one of our students. So, Joel Carpenter, watch your back. Hey, anyway, guys, we're so close to some stuff. We do have. I wanted to make an announcement about something coming up in August, but I can't tonight. But we did get a little bit further in details of what we're going to be doing, and so it's going to be.
We'll just say, if you love Camp Revo, you will love this event.
But if you also just love doing everything on one day, I don't want, because I had a lot of people who are like, "We're going to camp." No, we're not going to camp. I don't want to make expectations too much. But it is going to be a great thing if we can, and then we're so close to being able to just pull the trigger on this deal. So it's going to be a lot of fun coming up in August. So be ready. It's going to be great time. Great time. I think that's all of our announcements, right?
Yeah.
We don't have any. Hey. These guys didn't come all the way for nothing, though, all right? So we're going to bring back
See everybody later.
our game masters. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ethan, the silver mullet, and Quinn, Big Red Sanders. Come on up,
Yes.
gentlemen. Take it over, boys.
Silver mullet and Big Red.
Big Red? I'm like a drink, or is that a gum? I don't know which one it is. I feel like
Big
it's
Red's a
both.
gum.
Is it gum?
Yeah.
It's a drink.
It's like the best gum ever.
I'm pretty sure it's a drink.
All right, so
You got it.
we're gonna be doing a restaurant emoji edition game. So it's gonna show the emojis, and you have to guess the.
It's all up here.
Name of the
Instructions.
restaurant.
Decipher the name of the restaurant. When you know the answer, be the first person to actually type in the answer. Rob's gonna be back on the computer figuring out which one of you was first. So don't actually just put the emoji. Just say your answer. I think they got it. I hope they
All right.
got it.
Let me switch to the. Sorry.
They're just
We're having
looking at us.
a.
I got you in the corner.
Back in the corner.
We're in the corner.
Back where
All
I
right.
belong.
Corner
Time out.
pocket, eight
Back
ball.
I can time out. That's where I spend most of my time. Are we ready? I think we're ready.
First one.
First one up.
I have a guess.
I have a guess, but I'm not going to say it out loud before we figure out what it is. I don't want to be too revealing.
That guy.
That guy.
That guy.
No one likes that guy. Wouldn't be very cash money of me.
Bo Davis?
Bode? Again?
Bo Davis.
Bo Davis.
First
with
one.
Burger King. I don't know. We're just going to say
We're gonna
Bo.
call you Bo Davis.
Bo Davis, because we don't know what it actually
Congrats,
is.
Bo Davis.
But Burger King, how about that? I
haven't been to Burger King a lot.
Burger King is not the move.
Not cash money.
Last 3 times I've had it, I have thrown it back up, so I'm going to say no to that one.
Get my name right.
Dude, we don't know your
We
name.
don't know your name, Bo Davis. Bodie.
Bodie with the first one right, Burger King.
All right.
Thanks, Misty.
Next one.
Next one. Ooh,
That place,
I mean, it can be fire.
it can be fire.
It depends on the day.
My uncle was general manager there in
Really?
Branson.
In Branson.
Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore though.
What happened? Did he? Bodie.
Bodie!
Oh my gosh, with Red
Bodie
Lobster. I
is-
mean, I think that's more of a crawfish personally, but
He showed up to play.
showed up to play.
No
Like,
carnival, no games. You know what I mean?
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
No carnival, no games. Like Red Lobster.
Next one. We're gonna be doing this one.
Oh, okay, okay. I think that's an underused emoji right there.
The taco.
Deserves more hype.
That is, I'd use that emoji.
You have?
I'd use it.
You use it.
Austin
Graham. Okay, okay. The
Yes.
adults are coming to play.
Austin. Big
Taco, Bell.
guy.
Ding, ding, ding. You see, because it's a bell. Ding, ding.
Austin's a big Taco Bell guy. He
I
told
can-
me that once.
Yeah, I remember that one time. You know, Austin and I we used to do some work together. It's pretty fun. We're ready.
Next one.
I'm ready. I don't know about them.
Oh,
Ooh.
this is
Okay, this one's getting
a little bit tougher.
Yeah, this one's getting a little bit more difficult.
4 instead of 2. That's like 2 times more than what it was.
This is getting difficult, guys. I don't want to see anybody stressing out over here. This place does hit different though.
It is pretty good.
Silence?
No one knows?
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
I hope they get it. Charlotte!
Charlotte!
Oh yeah, Charlotte.
Uncle Donnie.
Uncle Donnie.
Yes.
Brown was the first student.
Oh.
Brown was the first student, yeah.
So
So we're going with
Well,
McKin-
Mackenzie with the point.
okay, Mackenzie. You got
Mackenzie.
the point.
Charlotte gets the point in spirit.
Charlotte gets
Mackenzie
the point.
B. That's what I'm talking
That's what I
about.
like to see.
Last one.
Last one.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, I can see this. I can see this for sure. I think it's a little bit excessive though.
Yeah.
A little bit overboard? Maybe. Uncle Donnie's not there?
Alex
Hunt?
Hunt.
See, Applebee's.
Big Al.
Bro, Applebee's.
Al and Applebee's are kind of like the
Applebee's,
same thing.
it's so hit or miss though. It's so hit or miss.
Bodie.
Bodie. I just want to make sure
Bodie
we
with
got Bodie.
the W.
Bodie
We will send
wins.
you emojis.
We'll send you lots of crown emojis, being our king.
No, taco ones.
Taco emojis. Sorry, I found out about that one tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna cut to a little video, and then we're gonna move on to some teaching tonight.
Yeah. Hey, we keep forgetting our mic is on while we're moving stuff around. How far back do I need to get? What if I like to be? Oh, all right. We don't want that. Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome back. How far? I'm getting cues. This far? Okay, let me move this back here. All right. We're good to go. We're good to go. It's no different on camera than it would be if we're together here. It's always Andrew telling me what to do, correcting me, bossing me around. Hey, it is good to see you, Bodie. Sorry guys, we're just off on some things. It's good to see you guys out there tonight. Hopefully, I know we have a few groups of people, just so everybody's like cramming around different screens or watching it all together. So that is awesome. Have some fun with that. We are talking about big picture right now, and we're with that. Tonight we're gonna be talking about like what happens when life just starts giving you some losses, like some hurts, some things you can feel about it. And so, are you able to check out the chat room? All right, so I got a question for you guys out there. You can use the chat room for this. I need to know, like, what was a loss you've experienced that like really stuck with you or hurt like in the moment? Now, don't get like too dark with this, but maybe it was like, oh, there was a breakup and I thought it was the worst thing in the world until like I met that other boy or girl like a week later. Or like maybe it was a grade or like something you've been studying for forever and you didn't get it. Or like maybe, I know there's some of you out there like a driver's test. You had 16th birthday and you went and you took it and then you failed it and you're like, why? You know, something like that. Or maybe it was just like a team, like one of your like a sports, like a game or something and your team lost. I want to know, is there any big like just a loss that you've had? Or maybe it's a video game. I don't know, whatever it is for some of you guys out there. Maybe you were working hard and just had that loss or your game froze up, something like that. Is there anything coming in? Give me a good one. What's...
Losing to Grandma Bree. My dad made me play soccer this season.
Oh my gosh. You were playing.
Not making Stuco in 6th grade.
Keegan didn't make something? Keegan, I didn't know that ever happened to you. I figured you're just perfect in everything you do, buddy. This guy. He is, man. He aces everything. He's like, I'll try cross country. He became the best cross country mid-school runner in this, like, ever. This kid just puts his mind to it. What else we got? Anything? Anybody else give anything? Okay. I mean, the death stuff is sad. Like, I don't want to make light of that, but is there anything like, all right, maybe none of our people have experienced loss yet. You all are just winners. You're just in a winning season in life. And I mean, no one's lost anything over the last, lost.
Charlotte said not getting the job at Fazoli's when she was 16.
Not getting that Fazoli's job, Charlotte. That one hurt deep, didn't it? That one cut. What about you guys? Anything? It's gonna be something.
I didn't get promoted to manager
A couple of years ago, Jay did not get promoted to manager. One of these guys had a girlfriend that broke up in high school. She was the one that got away. I won't say which one it was out there, but one of them said that. And somebody might know what that is, but out of the 3 guys that were here, one of them said that. It was the girl that got away, and their mom reminds them of it constantly. Anyway, I won't go too much into who said that. Hey, we all have experienced loss. There's been stuff, whether it's like even just a sports team, like if you're a Royals fan, the year like they were almost won the World Series and then lost, or a couple years ago the Chiefs almost won the Super Bowl and then lost, and now they won. And, everything kind of has a way of coming around. I can still remember it was one of my last wrestling matches in high school, and I thought, man, if I won that match, I could have gone on to state, and I ended up losing by a few points at the very end, and just being devastated and just crushed. And I can, even though it doesn't matter to me now, but I can still remember that feeling of just going over and being like, that was my last match I was ever going to, and just I went to the furthest part in the gym and found this little area of the bleachers and just put my head down and threw my hoodie, my warm up over, and I was just like, I hope no one sees me right now, and I just cried. And just feeling that brokenness, or maybe even I don't want to make light of breakups and stuff, but maybe you've had that dating relationship and you broke up with somebody, and at the moment it just feels like your whole world is falling apart and you can't see through those things. And so we live in a life of wins and losses, but a lot of times in those losses, you can't see past those things. You can't see past that moment that you're in right there, and it gets tough. And that's kind of this idea of the big picture. This big picture means, hey, there's a lot more going on, and you're kind of looking at something right there, this very little part, and it may be really hurtful, and it may be something really big and really painful, or it may be something kind of, at the time it looks small, it feels big, but maybe it's something smaller. And so we're going to look at what does it mean to have a big picture point of view through those times of losses or struggles or pains. And so we started last week with this, and we looked at the life of Joseph. Now Joseph is way back in the Old Testament, in the first book in Genesis. And we talked about how Joseph had all these brothers, and most of them, I think all of them but one, hated him, because his dad loved Joseph the most. And he just went out, didn't hide it. He was treated Joseph better, gave Joseph this coat this robe that looked like super cool and like didn't give the brothers anything, and they didn't like it. And Joseph had this other, some dreams and stuff, and shared it with the brothers about like, hey, someday you guys are gonna bow to me. And these brothers are like, we've had it. And they couldn't stand Joseph. And we kind of talked about like having this big picture point of view and how sometimes even our relationship things can get messed up when we don't have a big picture. And so today we're gonna kind of see what happens and sets up Joseph for some pretty tough stuff. And so we're gonna look at the brothers now. All right, brothers don't like Joseph, and they take Joseph out, and they're out doing something. And if you look at Genesis chapter 37, we're in verse 18. It said they saw Joseph from a distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. I mean, they went like straight to like murder. Some of you that have like big families, brothers and sisters, you've probably even said that at some point if you've gotten mad. Ethan, have you ever like yelled at your brother like, I'm gonna kill you? You ever? Yeah. But did you ever plot his murder? Don't say anything. This is live. I don't want any evidence. He's like, actually. Like, these guys, it wasn't just like they're so mad, like, I'm gonna kill you, and like chasing after their brother, or like, or gonna fight or wrestling. Like, they actually sat together and were like, hey, what do you guys think about? Let's murder Joseph. That's the type of family that they are in right now. So things get out of hand quickly, especially when another brother's like, yeah, I like that idea. Let's work with it. And so what happens is, it says, Joseph came to his brothers, and they stripped him of his robe. Now that's an important piece there, because remember, this is the robe that dad gave him. The robe that was like, hey, all my sons, this is just to show how I love Joseph more. And so they stripped Joseph of that robe that his dad gave just Joseph, the ornate robe that he was wearing, all these colors. It was like this expensive robe. And instead of killing him, they just beat him up, and they took him and they threw him in this well. And so the well was empty, there was no water in it. And so we have this moment here where Joseph's been beaten up. He's been left practically almost for dead, but they didn't quite beat him. And then what they ended up doing is they take his robe that they stripped, and they're like, oh, what are we going to do now? Like, if we go back home, Dad's going to freak out. Where's Joseph? So they take the robe that they took from him, and they pulled some animal blood all over it, and they take it to their dad and be like, hey, crazy thing, Joseph's dead, an animal attacked and killed him, and they gave him to the robe. This is straight up a Netflix special right here, man. This is like right out of some shows that we're not going to promote or plug, but it is some crazy twists and turns here of this stuff. And so Joseph's like, my son's dead, what's happened? And so you have all of this stuff going on. Now here's the thing. We've gotten through some of this story out of Joseph's life, but we haven't heard from Joseph yet. In fact, all of these things were out of his control. Joseph it wasn't his fault. His dad was treating him one way, and he had no control over what his brothers were about to do. He is having some serious struggles right now, and none of it was even like he couldn't do anything about it. All he's done at this point is tell his brothers about a dream that he had. Everything else has just been what other people did. And Joseph was the result, like he was just getting everybody else's garbage put on him. And I think if you look at life, sometimes it feels that way, right? You have all of this stuff, and sometimes we put ourselves in bad situations, but sometimes stuff just happens to us. It's like, I didn't even ask for this. I didn't even do anything. It may be like, like something that was in a friendship that went bad, and you're like, I don't even know what happened, and now this friend doesn't even want to talk to me. It may be some family stuff that's happened. It may be some stuff that's beyond your control between your parents, or fighting going on at home, or or a death in the family, and this other garbage, things that you're just like, life keeps giving me loss after loss after loss, and it wasn't even my fault. I don't even know what to do with this. And it's those times that are really hard. Those are difficult things to really do. Those can be confusing things where you're just like, I don't have a hope in what's going on right now. I don't see past my experience and what's taking place right now, because I don't even know why this is happening to me. And we can be like, those can be some really tough moments. And if you jump ahead another chapter here, the story starts to shift. And all of a sudden, all this junk that's happening to Joseph is going to slowly start unpeeling here. Because in chapter 39, there's a little verse that starts to talk about what God's doing here. And it said, the Lord was with Joseph. Now, this is going to repeat itself over and over the next few chapters here. The Lord was with Joseph. And here's where we start to see a much bigger picture. See, there's a lot of garbage and a lot of bad things going on in Joseph's life. And it wasn't even Joseph's fault. But God was with Joseph. God is going to start taking these things, these losses, this junk that's going on in Joseph's life, and he's going to start to use them. He's going to start to do some pretty cool things with them. And we may not always understand, because that's kind of a tough thing, right? Where we're like, well, but if I'm a Christian, nothing bad's ever supposed to happen to me. Why are these bad things? Well, that's part of life. Sometimes in life, there's going to be some bad things that happen to you because maybe somebody else does something to you. Maybe things that aren't even in your control or in your hand. It's going to happen to you. But what we know in Scripture, what God says is, the Lord is with you. God's going to be working through those times to create a bigger picture. He's going to do something with that. When we walk with God through those storms, through those times that we can't quite understand, the Lord is with us. And it's tough to see that big picture, especially like as a teenager, but maybe you can look back just a couple years ago and you can see a time that was really painful and say, man, it makes sense why I went through that. It makes sense that that guy or that girl, when I was dating them and we broke up, I thought my world was over. But maybe you can look back now and say, I see why that happened. I see I should have been dating them anyway. God was with me and I grew through that. Maybe you can look back through, something in your life and you can see like, man, God took something bad, but he did something amazing through it. And it might have took a while, and you might be in the middle of it right now. But God sees a much bigger picture for you. And so I want you guys to remember that as you go to your Zoom groups here in a moment, I want you just to remember that God is there. God is at work in those times where you can't see something bigger. The best thing you can do with this is try to take that moment, take whatever, maybe you're in something right now where you're like, I'm in garbage right now, and it's hard to imagine that God is with me. But just know, man, that's what Scripture says. And so when you guys go to your small groups, I want you to kind of chat about that. Maybe share how you've had a moment like that was a few years ago, maybe even a couple weeks ago, maybe even a couple days ago, and you can say, I can see how God is doing something with that. We've had a few students share over the past few months, even how this isolation and all this COVID stuff, all this, missing your whole last semester of school, where they're like, man, it was terrible at first, but during that, God was doing something in my life. And so they kind of shared some of those bigger picture moments. That's right, Ethan, you did that, buddy. and maybe that's going on in your life. And so when you guys go to your small groups, I just want you to share like, hey, here's something going on that I saw what God did with that. I can see a bigger picture now looking back. But maybe you're in something right now that you just want to share with your leaders and say, I don't know what's going on right now, but it's tough and it's hard to imagine God's with me right now. And allow your leaders a moment to kind of share what's going on in their life, or allow your leaders to say, hey, maybe God's doing something. And so the best thing you can do is kind of talk to someone else about that, but also keep taking whatever's going on in your life right now, take it to God. Don't look away. Don't run away from it. Don't run away from God in those moments, but just keep going to God and saying, God, I don't know why this is going on. And you can be honest. God, this is hurtful, and I can't see you in this moment. God, where are you in this? Or, God, how can I get through this? Just keep taking it to God over and over and start to see how God begins to work through those moments. Some of them can be really hurtful and painful, but God will get you through those. And some of them you may be able to start looking pretty quick and say, okay, I can see you at work, God. So be real and be honest, guys. I love this idea of big picture because it's a great moment where we're at in our lives right now, where we're at in our culture right now. There's some big picture moments going on right now. And we want to be able to look back and say, okay, a lot of craziness in 2020. But hopefully we're going to be able to look back and say, but man, God was there and God did some really cool stuff through that. So have some time in your small groups. Guys, join your Zoom groups for a few minutes. I know we're getting tired of Zoom groups, but just a little bit longer. We're getting there. And check out your Zoom groups, and that's all we have for you. We will see you all back here next Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for our special guests. Good to see you guys. We'll see you all next week. Later.
Jay, where